Alright, man, look. This might be one of the most requested videos on the channel that we haven't done, obviously. This gonna be the 1 out of 10, or at least 2 out of 10. And if not, I'm putting cases on all y'all. And by the time I'm done with you, you gonna be playing basketball on Pelicans Bay. Jefferies, gun control. She just not even gonna say nothing because she know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Now, before I start saying this, I want to say this, right? I believe in your right as Americans to have guns. I'm not trying to stop you from having guns. All I'm saying is this is my personal belief on the opinion. My opinion on the... it doesn't matter. I don't like guns. Right? I'm going to say some things that are just...
I just went cross-eyed. Hold on.
It doesn't matter. I'm saying is this is my personal belief on the opinion. My opinion on the... it doesn't matter. I don't like guns. Right? I'm going to say some things that are just facts. Right? In Australia, we had guns. Right up until 1996. And in 1996, Australia had the biggest massacre on earth. Still hasn't been beaten. And...
Is that a challenge?
Now, after that, they banned the guns. Now, in the 10 years before Port Arthur, there was 10 massacres. Since the gun ban in 1996, there hasn't been a single massacre since. I don't know how or why this happened. Maybe it was a coincidence, right? Now, please understand that I understand that Australia and America are two vastly different cultures with different people, right? I get it. In Australia, we had the biggest massacre on earth. The Australian government went, that's it, no more guns. And we all went, yeah, right then, that seems fair enough, really. Now, in America, you have the Sandy Hook massacre where little tiny children died, and your government went, maybe we'll get rid of the big guns? And 50% of you went, don't take my guns!
I know.
Hey!
I know.
He's not lying. I think most other places in the world would be like, I wouldn't even say places. Like, if this is a house, you know, like, most opinions would be like, hey, yeah, it probably makes sense to not do that. Somebody in this house just died from a gun. So, there's 10 people in a house and somebody died from a gun. Most people would be like, and I know everybody about to be, trust me, I'm the most pro-gun person you gonna ever find. I don't even believe in the law of telling somebody they can't. Like, if somebody the law, you could be like, oh yeah, a felon can't carry a weapon. I mean, that's not true. But yeah, I'm not a felon. I'm just saying, like, I believe in 100% everybody should own a gun. That's what I think. I think you should have the right to protect yourself, whatever the situation may be. But if in America we said we getting rid of guns, boy. What? You thought the Confederates was doing something. Boy, what? People gonna get mad at the fact that I said anything about a gun. They're gonna be like, what do you mean people shouldn't have guns? Duh! Like, yeah, man. He's not lying. Jefferies on to something.
And people in the UK don't have guns either. So
Not like that.
They're gonna look at us like, oh my gosh.
I know, but hey, man, people wild, and you got to protect yourself. All I'm saying, if y'all got guns, we got guns. That's all I want. If nobody got guns, then whatever. You know, like what he's saying, he's like, they took them all away and ain't nothing happened. It's like, okay, all right, well, you know, but if you got a gun, then I need a gun, because what if you try to gun me? Then I gotta gun you, and we gotta outgun each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's that. Settled.
It's settled.
Long rant, my bad.
And 50% of you went, you don't take my guns!
Yeah, you know, don't take my gun. You're not taking it. I'm keeping it.
So here's where it gets confusing, right? Now, as I said, I'm all for your Second Amendment rights. I think you should be able to have guns. It's in your Constitution. What I am not for is bullshit arguments and lies. There is one argument and one argument alone for having a gun, and this is the argument. F*** off. I like guns.
Yeah.
It's not the best argument, but it's all you've got.
It's valid.
And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with saying, I like something, don't take it away from me. But don't give me this other bullshit. The main one is, I need it for protection. I need to protect me. I need to protect my family.
He got super American.
Right.
But I need it for protection. I need it to protect me and to protect my family. My family, you feel me?
For protection. I need to protect me. I need to protect my family.
He did.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why they're called assault rifles? Is it? Never heard of these protection rifles you speak of?
Right. That's
Protection? What the are you talking about? You have a gun in your house, you're 80% more likely to use that gun on yourself than to shoot someone else. And people think, well, that'd never happen to me. You don't know that, because you know what? From time to time, we all get sad.
All jokes aside, though, I feel that. And that probably does apply to 80% of America, right? But, like, if you live in that 20%, it might be treacherous. Because I do feel that. Majority of the people I would say that own guns probably don't need them. But if you live in the inner city and you live in a place where there's a lot of gun violence or there's a lot of break-ins or a lot of robberies, like in California, they have a whole lingo called flocking. And what they do is B&Es. That's what they do. They break into people's house, they tie them up, they steal their gold, they steal their TVs, they do that. There's a lot of Asian people, a lot of Mexican people, and a lot of Asian people and a lot of Mexican people. This is not me generalizing at all. This is 100%. A lot of foreign people in general don't utilize banks. So they have cash, and it's very normal for people to target those people. Same thing where I'm from. A lot of Dominican people are there, and they're illegals. They don't have the abilities to get banks, so they come with cash. So they're high robbery targets. People that take advantage of people know that. And, like, if you don't live in the U.S., you might not know that. But, like, people will follow you to an ATM and put a gun to your back and tell you, hey, withdraw $1,000. And if you could somehow get the up and defend yourself from that, then I'll take my chances, you know?
Gotta be smart. Gotta be smart.
I'm a gambling man, you know? Not really, but kinda. Don't look at me like
Time. We all get sad.
But yeah, don't kill yourself.
One day you're happy, then you're sad, and then it was protection. I had a break-in in Manchester, England, where I was tied up. I had my head cut. They threatened my girlfriend. They came through the window with a machete and a hammer. And Americans always go, well, imagine if you had a gun. And I'm like, all right. I was naked at the time. I wasn't wearing my holster. I wasn't staring at the window waiting for cunts with machetes to come through. Like, what world do you live in where you're constantly fucking ready?
The world we live in now. Exactly.
You have guns because you like guns. That's why you go to gun conventions. That's why you read gun magazines. None of you give a shit about home security. None of you go to home security conventions. None of you read Padlock Monthly. None of you have a Facebook picture of you behind a secure door going, yeah.
He's not lying though. I'm not even trying to combat what he's saying, definitely. Like, he's on to something.
But they don't have like home security. Well, I don't know, but I'm assuming they don't have home security conventions like he said. But they do got gun conventions, which is interesting to go to. I do like gun shows.
I do too, because I like guns.
Now, if they had a convention for home security, it might be interesting too. I don't know, because they got these new robots and stuff out nowadays, so they
We're
might.
gonna have a robot guard dog. That nigga gonna bite
It
somebody.
might be tight. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. But I'm just saying. He's not lying about us defenses being, we like guns. Yeah, do. But a lot of wild things happen, and a gun can prevent them. Because you gotta be safe. Because you gotta have the home security to know that you need the gun. You know what I mean? You gotta see on the camera that somebody trying to kick in the door, so you run down there with the, and you Flockavelli, you know, you Tupac them. That's
and
all.
The gun should be nearby. He said he was naked or whatever because she was probably asleep or whatever.
That's all and dandy, but I could be butt naked, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there's definitely a gun somewhere within arm's reach.
Yeah.
That's all. But yeah, them people from other countries about to look at us like we are psycho. They're gonna be like
crazy. We are like the most lovable human beings alive.
But shout out to the Americans that's gonna know. This one got me talking because
we're just prepared
for sure.
Yeah. Like you're going to be ready if someone comes into your house. You have it at all fucking time. By the way, most people who are breaking into your house just want your fucking TV. You think that people are coming to murder your family? How many fucking enemies do you have?
Brings me to my next point. If you've ever been involved in anything that you have to know that you got to protect yourself from, protect yourself, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I've definitely been, you know, on the side of having enemies. So, a few people try to kill me a couple of times. So, yeah.
But he's saying if someone's trying to come in and steal a TV,
I know, but
tell him to go ahead and steal it.
I mean,
they don't start no problems.
Nah, yeah, because you not stealing my TV. But also, people have enemies, man. You never know. And if you got something that people want, like, yo, when I have to, like, okay, until I moved here in Providence where I lived, I would never move this in broad daylight. Absolutely not. Like, none of this would be moved in broad daylight. Because if people seen I had that many sneakers, you know what they about to do?
Follow you.
Kick door all day. All day. So like, yeah, man, you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's all.
Geez, you think a lot of yourself if you think everyone's coming to murder you. See, if you have it readily available, it becomes unsafe. You have it in your bedside table, one of your kids picks it up, thinks it's a toy, shoots another one of your kids. Happens every fucking day.
True.
People go, that'd never happen in my house because I'm a responsible gun owner. I keep my guns locked in a safe. Then there's no fucking protection! Someone comes into the house, you're like, wait there, face. Oh, you've come to the wrong house here, buddy boy. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna f*** you up. Okay. Is it 32 to the left or 32 to the right? Your mother's birthday? Why the f*** would I know your f***ing mother's birthday? Maybe if you didn't leave the window open because it's too hot in here, you wouldn't be getting f***ing murdered, right?
Definitely not bad.
I find the NRA to be hard work. But the fact that they always think the answer is more guns. After Sandy Hook happened, the NRA said, and I quote, none of this would have happened if the teachers had guns. I think they're forgetting what school was like. Does anyone remember that casual teacher that used to, whenever she came onto school, that relief teacher came, you and your friends would see her and go, oh, we're going to make her cry. And then she'd stand in front of the class with a bit of chalk and her hands would be shaking. And you'd go, you're never getting married, are you, miss? Never going to happen for you. Then she'd get back to a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, she'd be crying over the steering wheel, just, why don't they like me? Let's give that cunt a gun and see how things work out.
She coming back and clapping
everything. And then they go, oh, well, answer to that.
But in defense of that, you can still get a gun. So it's like having the legal ability to have a gun isn't going to stop somebody. I think I definitely understand what he's, and again, I know this is comedy, so it's just jokes, but it's just getting me into my thoughts, so I'm thinking about it. But the only way to not have gun violence in a country is to not have guns. If you have guns, there's going to be gun violence. If there's not gun violence, there's going to be a different type of violence, no matter which way you flip it. Guns are just very, very readily accessible. But to his point, a teacher having the gun in a classroom isn't going to make a difference or not, because if that teacher's crazy, he could bring a gun to the classroom. If you can get a gun, you can get a gun. Like, it's easy to get a gun. It's easier to get a gun than get a job, you know?
That's true.
Super. But yeah,
Exactly true.
yeah. Takes me 5 minutes to get it. That. You know, to get a gun. But a job.
We'll just add more guns. They go, we'll put an armed security guard at every school across America. Yeah, that'll work out. The average security guard in America earns $16 an hour. Not a lot of wiggle room to be a fucking hero. Someone comes onto the school and you've got Kevin.
That's what cops
Now, I'm sure Kevin's shit hot at Call of Duty, but it might not fucking cut it, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Now, I understand that when I'm doing this joke in this room, 50% of you agree with me, 50% of you don't agree with me. And I do respect the people who don't agree with me. Don't think I don't. The 50% that don't agree with me, 20% of those people are smart enough to realise this is a comedy show and it's not to be taken seriously, and they're laughing along because it's just funny jokes, right? And then the next 20% are sort of phased out a little bit and looking around going, I wonder how they got that chandelier up there. And then there's the last 10%.
That guy right there.
And they're fucking furious.
They're definitely furious.
Right now, in this room, and the people watching at home, 10% of you are fucking seething. Just...
Nice.
And for a couple of reasons. First reason, I'm making good points.
No, he's definitely making good points. Like, I see both sides of the... Oh, yeah, there's a part two. There's a part two. But we're not going to do it. Y'all going to like it, and we're going to do part two, and then y'all going to watch that one, because you're not going to claim 2 videos.
Do it, y'all. Do it so we can do part 2.
Yeah, that was a long video, though. My bad. I kind of got in my bag about that.
It's all right.
What, baby?
Nothing. I was just winding up.
Oh, all right.
Winding up.
We out of here. Road to 50,000.
50,000.
Peace and all over the world. Yes, all that. Peace.